So the reason I left my husband was because his mother was a nightmare. I want you guys to understand this situation. We have a son together named Tommy. I love Tommy more than anything in the world, and I'll do whatever it takes to raise him right. All my husband, ex, did is play video games all day, and his mom used to make fun of me because I'm not the breadwinner. But the secret is I'm a nurse. I make $150,000 plus a year. I have all my credentials, and I even tried to prove it on my paycheck, and she thinks I photoshopped it. She says there's no way a nurse can make that much, but she's living in the past or something. I don't know. But what I did was break up with him. I gave him an ultimatum. I said, you have to choose your mom or me. And this 32-year-old jobless jerk chose his mom. So now here I am with a new man, and now he wants to come back. Well, you know what? I'm not coming back. I was folding laundry when I found it. His stupid Pokemon boxes that I've been washing for 7 years. Crusty elastic band coming apart at the seams, and the dryer was making that noise again. The one Harold said he would fix 6 months ago, but never did because the dealership's been crazy busy, babe. I threw the boxes in the trash, not even the donation pile, just straight to the garbage. I guess I should have seen it coming. Sorry, this is going to be long. But I literally have nowhere else to put this, and my therapist is booked until January, and I already ate an entire sleeve of Oreos while crying in my car, sitting outside my son's elementary school. My name's Jessica, I'm 29, I'm a PICU nurse, and yes, I make $160,000 a year. I say this, not to brag, because it's literally the center of everything that went wrong and the reason for today's post, see. My ex-husband Harold, Harold, like an 80-year-old man, but he's 32. He sells used vehicles. It's used Hondas, specifically. At a dealership off Route 9 next to the subway that got shut down for rat infestation. He makes maybe $35K a year worth of commission on a good year. Yeah, a good year. His mother, I'll call her Bitter Brenda, because her real name is Linda, has never believed that I make what I make, never, not once in the 7 years I've been with her son. She calls me a bedpan maid at every single family dinner, yeah, every single one, while simultaneously bragging about Harold's executive automotive career like he's not standing in a parking lot in 95-degree weather, trying to convince people that a 2015 Civic with 180,000 miles is practically brand new. I've been paying everything, the mortgage, my name on the deed because Harold's credit score's 520, his car note on that stupid lifted truck that he has to have, and our son Tommy's private kindergarten, because the public school had a mold problem. I even pay for Harold's Xbox Live subscription because he forgot to update his card info 3 years ago, and just never did. But none of it mattered to Brenda. At Thanksgiving, she literally told my aunt that Harold was the breadwinner, while I was sitting right there. Like right there, holding the pie that I bought with my own darn money from the expensive bakery up the road. Come on. Anyways, I bought it with my own money from my 72-hour work week. My aunt just looked at me like, girl. The thing is, I loved Harold, or at least I thought I did. We met in college when he was actually trying, you know. He had aspirations and dreams, and he was going to open his own dealership, but be his own boss. Then his mother would call every night during his business classes telling him it was too hard and too risky. Why not just work for Uncle Tony at the Honda place? And he just gave up. Moved back home for just a few months to save money, and that was in 2016. When we finally got married, Brenda wore white. To the wedding, I'm not kidding. A full white gown, said it was ivory, but Helen Keller could have seen that it was white. She gave a speech about how some women just want to trap good men, while staring directly at me, and Harold laughed. Yeah, on our wedding night, he laughed at that joke. Sorry, I'm all over the place. It's near 1 a.m., and I can hear my neighbor's cat screaming outside, and I haven't slept properly in weeks, and I keep thinking about how I knew. I knew when Tommy was born, and Harold spent the entire labor in waiting rooms playing Call of Duty on his mobile phone, because blood makes him queasy, while his mother held my hand telling me I was being dramatic about the contractions. Okay, anyways, let's fast forward to last month. I'm working nights, 3 12-hour shifts, Friday through Sunday, and yes, it's brutal, but the differential is insane, and I get 4 days off with Tommy. Perfect schedule for a single mother, except I was not very single. I just felt single because Harold would literally wait for me to get home from a 12-hour shift to ask what's for dinner. His father, Frank, pulls me aside at Tommy's soccer practice. Frank always has been decent to me, quiet guy, works at the water treatment plant, and lets Brenda run his entire life, but at least he's nice about it. He's holding these papers, and his hands are starting to shake, and I'm just thinking, oh gosh, did somebody die? Oh no, they're custody papers for grandparents' rights. It says I'm an unfit mother who works nights and leaves children in unsafe conditions. Unsafe conditions? Harold playing Xbox while Tommy does his homework alone. But here's the thing, Frank didn't know. The signature was forged. His own wife. She forged his signature on legal documents because she knew that he would never agree to it. The signature was so bad, so blatantly, obviously fake, that when I showed it to Tommy later, he said, "Grandma needs to practice her letters." A 5-year-old could tell. I drove home shaking, not sad, not angry, I'm just done. You know that feeling when your body just decides it for you? Like your bones are telling you enough is enough, that's what it is. I walked into our house, and Harold was on the couch in his boxers. Yeah, different boxers at least, that means he took a shower, but equally crusty. Playing Call of Duty with his headset on, empty Mountain Dews everywhere, while Tommy was in his room trying to read by himself. I said very stern, "We need to talk." You know what he said? "After this match, babe." I unplugged the Xbox. He screamed like a toddler. A full-grown 32-year-old man screamed because I interrupted his little game. I told him everything, showed him the papers, told his mother was trying to take our son away from me with forged documents, and told him he needs to choose right now. Was he going to be a husband and a father, or was he going to be Brenda's little boy forever? You want to know what he did? He called his mom right in front of me, put her on speaker. She denied it, said I was making it up and I'm jealous of their close relationship, that I was trying to isolate him from his family. Well, the forgery that his own father confirmed, apparently I photoshopped it and tricked his dad, because between my 72-hour work week and raising our son alone effectively, I definitely have time to learn advanced photo manipulation by Frame, my mother-in-law. Harold believed her. No, that's not even the worst part, see. He didn't just believe her, he said, "Mom, you're right. You've always been jealous of her." Jealous of Brenda, yeah, right. Jealous of a woman who hasn't worked since 1987, who calls Olive Garden ethnic food, who thought Tommy's teacher was suspicious for having a master's degree. That's who I'm supposedly jealous of. I gave an ultimatum. Looking back, I know ultimatums are toxic or whatever, but I was running on 3 hours of sleep and gas station coffee and pure rage. I said couples counseling and boundaries with your mom, or pack your crap and get out of my house that I pay for. This entire man looked me dead in the eyes and said, "I'll be back for my stuff tomorrow." Then he unplugged his Xbox and took it with him. After he left, just walked out, didn't even take a jacket. 20 minutes later, I heard a car in the driveway. I thought maybe he'd come to his senses, you know. Maybe he realized how insane this is. No, it's Brenda and her 2003 Toyota Camry with "My son is an honor student" bumper sticker from Harold's high school. She came back to get his things for him. He was sitting in the car while his own mother packed his belongings, a full-grown man. She took his Xbox cord that he apparently left, his clothing, including the Pokemon boxers from the clean laundry I just folded, his gaming chair, apparently he needs that, and no, I can't make this up, his participation trophy from Little League. He's 32, and his mother packed his participation trophy. Tommy watched from his bedroom window. He asked me why Daddy's leaving and where's the Xbox going. I told him Daddy needed to stay with Grandma for a while, and he said, "Good. Maybe now we can get a dog." Even my 5-year-old knew everything. Everyone knew. Guys, that was exactly 2 months ago. 2 months of the most bizarre, liberating, exhausting time of my life, and I filed for divorce the next week. Harold hasn't even hired a lawyer, and Brenda says they're too expensive, and she's representing him herself, based on research she did on Facebook. But here's where it gets funny, pathetic. Both. Tommy's teacher, Sam, coaches the soccer team, has a master's in early childhood education, and this is really relevant, I promise, is built like Captain America had a baby with a CrossFit instructor. We started talking at pickup, then coffee, then dating. He brings me flowers, not the gas station flowers, real ones from a florist. He reads to Tommy and he fixed my dryer without me asking. He said it was making a bumping noise. It's been 6 weeks and I've smiled more than I did in 7 years. I didn't mean for Harold to find out through Instagram, but I'm also not hiding it. Sam posted a picture from Tommy's soccer game, just us cheering Tommy on. His arm was draped around me, muscular. Both of us in matching Team Parent t-shirts like normal functioning adults, and Harold saw. Or rather, Brenda saw and immediately contacted Harold. My phone exploded, 47 text messages in 1 hour, calling me every name imaginable, saying I'm a weirdo. For dating my son's teacher, it's not illegal or even unethical, and Sam teaches a different grade, saying I moved on too fast, saying I owe him another chance. The man who chose his Xbox during our most intimate fight and his mother over his family thinks I owe him something. Then yesterday... Oh my gosh, yesterday. I'm picking Tommy up from school. Sam walks us out like he always does and gives Tommy his little high five. Ask about my shift that night. It's a normal Tuesday. Harold's there, in the parking lot, in this stupid lifted truck that I paid for, wearing a tank top in 40-degree weather, trying to look intimidating. He gets out, walks up to Sam and says, "So, you're the guy trying to replace me, huh?" Sam, bless him, says, "Oh, I'm not trying to replace anyone. I'm just here." He was calm and unbothered, and Harold took a swing. It was the worst decision Harold's probably ever made. Let me paint you a picture. Harold is 5'8", 240 pounds. Okay, he's pretty big, but he hasn't seen a gym since high school, and Sam is 6'2", teaches kids yoga on weekends, and apparently has a black belt in something I can't pronounce. It started with a K. It wasn't even a fight. Harold swung and Sam dodged it like it was in slow motion. Harold tripped over his own feet and face planted into the mulch by the kindergarten playground and started to cry. Meanwhile, Sam had his hands in his pocket the whole time. In front of all the parents, my ex was crying. In front of the principal, the crossing guard, everyone. The principal had to file a report. Several parents gave statements. One mother live-streamed it to the school Facebook group and deleted it, but the damage was done. Harold tried to use it for custody, said I was exposing Tommy to dangerous situations. His mom, his lawyer filed an emergency motion. The judge read the principal's report and read the witness statements, watched the live stream video, the one Dad had saved, and he threw it out, told Harold he was lucky Sam didn't press charges on him, and told Brenda if she filed one more false report, she'd look at harassment charges. So what does Brenda do? Facebook. Oh my gosh, the Facebook post. I have screenshots, but I'll summarize. And this is basically what it said. Prayer warriors needed. My son is being stolen from his family by a gold digger. She's a nurse who claims to make doctor money. Nurses don't make that much, I looked it up, and is now dating his son's teacher, who's probably a predator. She has turned my grandson against us and is living in sin with his homewrecker while my son struggles to make ends meet after she kicked him out of his own home. Please pray for justice. The comments were crazy. Her own sister said, Linda, didn't Harold move back into your basement on his own will? Harold's cousin says, isn't Jessica the one who paid for your cruise last year? My personal favorite from some random woman said, ma'am, your son's 32 and he's unemployed. Because, oh yeah, I forgot to mention Harold got fired. Turns out when you no-show to work multiple times to watch your ex-wife and assault her boyfriend in a school parking lot, even Uncle Tony has limits. The Facebook post got so brutal, Brenda deactivated her account, but not before messaging me privately to say I had ruined her family and stolen her baby boy. Her baby boy who's currently posting Xbox screenshots at 3 p.m. on a Wednesday. I keep thinking about the laundry, how I spent 7 years washing this man's Pokemon boxers, how I folded them carefully even though they were falling apart, how I've find them inside out and fix them because he cannot be bothered. Tommy asked me last week if Sam could come to his parent-teacher conference, not Harold, Sam, because Sam actually asked about my homework and I said yes. Harold texted me at midnight last night, said he missed me, said he realized his mother was a little too much sometimes and said he wants to come home. I was putting Tommy's uniform into the dryer, the one Sam fixed, and I just started to laugh. Not happy laughing, of course, that kind of laughter where you're so far past crying that your body doesn't know what else to do. A little much. Forging legal documents is a little much, apparently. I didn't even respond to this man. I blocked his number. I blocked Brenda too. But I can't stop thinking about it. About how I wasted 7 long years. About how I made myself believe it would be better. About how I taught my son that this is what love looks like, mommy doing everything while daddy plays video games and grandma calls mommy names. Sam stayed over last night, made Tommy pancakes this morning, banana blueberry, shaped like little dinosaurs. Harold never made Tommy breakfast, not once. I'm not okay, I won't pretend that I am. I'm angry and I'm tired, and sometimes I wake up at 3 in the morning wondering if I'm the crazy one. Maybe I should have tried harder. Maybe I should have been more patient. Maybe this, maybe that, maybe not. But then I remembered Tommy asking if we could get a new dog now that Daddy's gone. Even he knew. Everyone knew but me. I have to be up in 2 hours now for my shift, and my neighbor's cat is still screaming outside. I don't know what's wrong with it. I can see the Sonic sign glowing through my blind. There's probably still one of Harold's Mountain Dew cans somewhere behind a sofa I haven't found yet. I don't know how to end this. There's no neat bow tie to do it, to get him out of my life for good. I might have to get a restraining order. Harold's still in his mom's basement. Brenda's probably making him tendies right now, little chicken tendies. And Frank's still married a woman who forged his signature. Tommy's happy. Sam's everything Harold wasn't. And here I am, folding laundry that's only mine and Tommy's, in a house that's quiet except for the dryer click that came back after he fixed it. It's not so bad anymore, though. You know, maybe that's it for now. I'm done posting. I'm basically rambling. Thank you for your insights and your help. I'll be reading the comments.